What in this case can Salesforce itself and Salesforce Commerce Cloud product team in particular can help to do to help their customers? Is it more about monitoring tool, or as you said, it's better to use external tools? What, in your opinion, Salesforce can do itself, right, to help customers to improve those scores? Because even like, let's say, the competition, right, SAP Commerce, you said in January had 3% more than Commerce Cloud. So I would say that like Salesforce would be interesting to improve, right, to be a top one in that score for in the future. So, and you and I consider yourself as an expert in the web performance, and you use a lot of tools. You also work with a lot of Salesforce Commerce Cloud customers. So what Salesforce can do to help?
I think Salesforce can do obviously a few things here. Right? So one of the things I was talking about, the what insight you can get from HTTP archive, right? So HTTP archive tracks roughly 4,000 Salesforce sites, which I think is a pretty good number of Salesforce customer base. And if you were to query this database, you can see, and I think Salesforce already has this data themselves, and sometime maybe I should query and put it for the sake of the community. You can actually even see the simple things like what percentage of Salesforce clients have enabled broadly compression, okay? Which is just a simple toggle. Now that's something which I can query using this data. I can also query what percent of Salesforce client have TLS 1.3 enabled. I can actually query stuff like that. And start to put on common forum where basically you can simply send your account managers can actually go to the clients and basically say, by the way, here's two small features you are not using it, which can immediately help you. The other thing Salesforce can do, which I think this idea came to me from Shopify. So now Shopify has two things, right? Where people build this storefront themes and people build apps. Now Shopify has a gating process where when you build a theme or app and you submit it, it goes through a review process. But now Shopify added some of the core web vitals, the gating criteria for those apps or themes to get approved. So the requirement of your theme should cross this much of accessibility score, this much of a performance score, lighthouse score, and things like that, right? I don't believe there is any such gating criteria on the Salesforce cartridges. So when the Salesforce cartridge is approved, Salesforce is its own process, but I don't believe, and I may be wrong, and if somebody listening in the Salesforce, feel free to correct me, but I don't believe there is a performance criteria there. So this is coming from an experience. We were using a cartridge for a client, and where we were asked to upgrade the cartridge for a security reason, and we upgraded, and performance degraded immediately. And the reason was because they didn't use one of the best practice from Salesforce. So when we highlighted, the vendor actually corrected it, but that should have been possibly caught during the Salesforce review process. So Salesforce can tighten that process, can add few more conditions. For example, if a vendor is building a cartridge, let's say hypothetically it's a review provider, they should not be integrating in such a way that is caused as a CLS, because it's very easy to cause a CLS by loading a JavaScript and things like that, right? So something like that, Salesforce can start putting controls. That's the one thing Salesforce can do.